Hello guys, and welcome back to the build of Santana. The progress is that I'm done with the starboard side with all the cannon holes, gunports if you wish. All the holes are drilled and filed and should be the same size, all of them. So we need to continue on the port side. I already started with a couple of holes here, and we just need to do the same procedure as we did on the other side, by measuring out the holes, cut them, file them and sand them. And once that is done, we can start lining them with these Sapelli strips that I have prepared, and they go in like this and like this. So we need to cut them to length and glue them in, and then we need to sand the entire surface so it's going to be nice and smooth and all pretty to look at. I already started on the lower planking on this side. I just put 3 strips on this side because according to instructions you need to have 3 strips here, and then then you start to do something different with the pattern. You start to do like this, go across like this, but I'm not sure that I'm gonna do that. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. The idea was that I'm just gonna continue, but then taper the ends so they're gonna be smaller at the ends, so you get a nice even distribution of the planks. If you do it like that, the whole planking is gonna look, the pattern is gonna look a little bit different than what I had in mind. But and it is easier to do it like this. But it's not the pattern that I like. But I'm not sure if which way I'm gonna go. If I'm gonna taper the ends, which is the correct way to do it, if something is correct when you do this. But that is the correct way to do things with the planking on a ship like this, even though the instruction says otherwise. I don't know why they do that. It might just because it's easier to do that, to do it like this. I don't know, but we'll see once I get there. So yeah, after sanding, we're just gonna solder the rest of the lights in on everything, on all the frames. And we also need to do cannon work, build the gun carriages, because we need to build carriages that goes in here, because these are not blinded like this one. These we just need to drill a hole in the middle and stick a little cannon in, and that's that. But you actually need to have whole cannon and gun carriages alongside this deck and alongside this deck. So there are different sizes of cannons, and I can't remember what sizes, but I think that the heavy ones are the lowest one, and then the medium, and then the light cannons up here. You also need to do additional holes up here at some point, because you need to have some cannons up here as well. So once everything, all the cannon holes are done on this side here, I'm gonna do some planking, put the 3 strips in here, and then I'm probably gonna do the lining of the gun ports, and then just give it a good sanding. But I'm not quite sure if I'm just gonna put these in and then continue with the hull, so I can sand everything at once, so I don't need to do it in steps. It might be easy just to do everything at once. So I will see. I'll let you know. So this is the current state of her. So it's gonna be nice. There are some imperfections that I'm gonna fix with the wood filler. You can get some wood filler that suits the same color. There is the same color as this color, so you're not gonna be able to see anything. Also because you have all these streaks and whatnot all the way. Everything is gonna be covered with all sorts of gadgets and stuff. So everything is not going to be as much visible as it is right now. So yeah, and what I'm doing is basically the same procedure as the other side. I mark the holes. I use my Proxon Dermot with a drill on it. I'm going to drill the holes, and then I'm going to make sure that this line or this side of the cannon hole or cannon port is all straight. And from that, I'm gonna double measure to make sure that I have the correct measurements and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna use my Proxon Delta sander that I put in a little 8mm saw on, and I'm gonna cut it in like I'm gonna do it a little bit to the side, because I don't want to cut accidentally into what I don't need to cut. Make the hole, push out the remaining wood, and then use a knife and a file to get the correct measurements and make sure that it is in the correct shape that it needs to be. All square, 1.2 centimeters across and 1.2 centimeters from bottom to top. So it's perfectly square. And you can see these, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see there's an imperfection there where the Delta sander kind of slipped. It didn't go all the way through, but once you line up this, you can see there's a little hole, and that little hole you can fill with wood filler. So that's going to be so it's not going to be visible. So that's the procedure. Thank you. So there you have it. That's how I do one hole, and from there I measure to the next hole, and at some point you'll see it's gonna be this side is gonna be all the way up to this frame, and then it's just straight forward from there. But this is how I do my holes, my cannon ports. I also, before I forget, you also need to do 4 cannon ports on the stern part here, that I need to measure out. I haven't forgot it. I'm just gonna wait. I'm waiting to do it. Once I do it, I'm obviously gonna show you how I do it and make a video of that as well. These planks here, it's a pretty sharp bend. It's almost like 90 degree bend that you need to do with these. So it's very important that you bend them well. I'm using this one, a plank bender, and I'm soaking them in water, and then I'm just heating them up slowly and bending them. Some use ammoniac to put the woods in. I don't, because I don't care for the smell that much, and it's gonna stink up the entire workshop and the basement. So I'm doing it that way. But yeah, again, there's different ways to do things, and you'll find a way that suits you, and that's the way that you go. Nothing wrong with trying different techniques. I'm still trying different techniques as I go along, and some work for me and some just don't work for me. And there's also the force of habit as well. Anyways, that's it for this video. If I come up with something new, I'm gonna film it and put it on YouTube for you guys to see. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for liking and subscribing. Cheers!